Somebody should have pulled that cable out because I electrocuted myself. I don't know where that came. You heard that noise back there?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Was that electricity?
Boogie woogie. What's up? It's the Honeycomb Hideout.
Hi.
We're almost on time today. What the hell? Who's
Almost.
that? Oh my lord.
What's up, people?
Lord.
Oh my lord. So I noticed. If you didn't know, well, you might have noticed. It's very humid.
Yeah.
You notice how humid it is in here?
It's a little humid.
Humid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see Lexi's? She's got this new wet video going around.
I did see that.
You did? What are your thoughts?
No, it's a good video.
What are your thoughts?
It's great.
She said it's great. She said it's great.
It's pretty good. We shared it on the Sepsiss Instagram. So, like, for those who don't know, Lexi has been doing her screaming adventure. Last year, she started. We all thought it was a joke. No. It's been more than a year.
Has it? I honestly don't know. I've just been saying like a year.
It's been a year since you've researched. Just like I noticed you started to take it more serious throughout the year. So, I call it the year, but your interest in screaming started a little bit after your interest in playing the drums, but you hurt your arm.
Yeah, I got tendonitis, so I couldn't play the drums anymore. I have tendonitis in my thumb, in my tennis elbow, and in the golfer's elbow. I like to call this area the Bermuda Triangle.
Sounds painful.
However, you also have you've recovered a little bit also lately.
Yeah.
The physical therapist said that you'd be able to walk again.
Yeah, I'm able to use my hand a little bit, and I don't have it next week, but the week after. She said the appointment.
Oh.
If I don't have, so I don't have the appointment next week, but the week after, if I'm still feeling like this and I'm still feeling like good and good to go, she said I don't have to go back for another appointment.
I noticed because at band practice, you've really been doing, hammering and fist pumping and slamming it, so that's good. And I've noticed a tremendous advancement in your screaming. Are you having fun? Are you having fun with the screaming thing? Is that?
Yeah.
Did you ever think that you'd be screaming?
Not how I have been for the last couple of weeks. I was expecting this progress to happen after the summer into the fall.
Is it harder for girls to scream? Do you think?
That's a good question.
I don't know.
I know. Some people have asked me that before.
Know.
What's your take on that?
There's
not a ton of girl screamers.
Yeah.
We tend to think in terms. I know everybody hates the word, and don't get mad at me, but when we think of female fronted, half of people are going to throw rocks at me, then half of people are going to clap for me right there. But it's not my fault. I didn't make up the English. And I also didn't make up the catalogs in the Spotify playlists and catalogs that call it that. So you'll have on one hand, you'll have a handful of these young women who are don't call it female fronted. And that's great. And that's great if you're Alyssa White. That's great if you're in this moment or you're Evanescence and people can search for you easily. But what if you're no name? What if you're a no name young woman in a band, and that helps you as far as because today's world is depending on search queues and queries, right?
Right.
And then a handful of people will say, "Don't say female fronted." Wait a minute, but Spotify says it all the time, and no one says anything. Female-fronted bands will get mad at each other and go, "Don't call us female-fronted. We're not female-fronted, and you shouldn't call yourself free." Well, I don't think we should say anything that each other should do at all. But we shouldn't take it out on each other when people create catalogs and categories in retail. For instance, you go into baby socks in Walmart. You're not like, oh my God, he called him a fucking baby. I mean, it's like
Right.
whatever.
Right.
Small person, little person, short person. I mean, everywhere you go, if you say night, someone's going to say day. If somebody says branches, someone's going to say sticks. And there's going to be an argument. Sprinkle in a little bit of the internet. We got something real interesting going on there.
Yeah.
It's called drama. So without all the drama, you have catalogs and retail categories. So like, we don't have anything to do with it. But on Spotify, we're listed as female fronted, And there are some people, there are fans, there are bands, there are folks in the music industry who have asked me before, does it bother me as a male in the band? And for me as a composer, it doesn't bother me because I need to be aware that I'm writing in a certain voice register. So when Melissa has an idea or we're passing around creative ideas for songs, I have to be aware of her range, and that's based on her genes and her chromosomes and the reality of her anatomy and how big her lungs are and who she is as a creature. So I have, she has a certain base, and I think all singers and vocalists should do this.
Thank you, Metal Box Fan, for following on Kick.
If you're not a vocalist or a screamer, you haven't done this yet, you should do it. But I call it a bass range. You know what I mean? So like when I'm writing with and for Melissa, when we're pushing back ideas and trading them back and forth, we have an idea from hot to cold. Her bass range, her temperature from mild to wild, where we can bring her voice. Bless you.
Thank you.
There go the horns.
You just blew your horns off. You know what I'm saying? We can never do anything right here. But you know what I'm saying though. If I say you know what I'm saying again, just let me know. I really feel that there's a handful of people who are super excited about the female-fronted title.
Yeah.
But I think that as artists, it's less of an importance to us. I think for me as an artist, when people ask me, is it important to be female-fronted or to be cataloged or categorized? I think if you're in a small band like ours, I know a lot of small bands will hate me for saying this, but Sepsiss is a really small band. I don't have a problem with that. So you should, bands that are in small bands shouldn't have a problem with being in a small band. It means you have room to grow. It means you're a work in progress. But the point I'm trying to make is the key takeaway is that I don't think us as artists have a lot to do or a lot invested in whether people call us female fronted or not. I don't think that we as artists need to make that a big deal as far as how we see ourselves, because I think that that's something that Spotify has to worry about. That's something that iTunes has to worry about. That's something that fans that want to discover female fronted bands, they have to be concerned in that when they type into Google search pools. People that are searching and people that are looking for female fronted bands, they have to worry about how to describe it. I could just call it rock and roll music. People call it metal or hard rock or new metal or metalcore. I don't really feel that we fit into many of these catalogs or categories. Loudwire called us groove metal. We've had several different blogs and different publications call us new metal. We've been called hard rock. I think that we're a lot of all of that. And here's another thing. I think that at times we're more of a duet than we are female fronted.
Yeah, you guys duet better.
We duet better. No, but there's many, and even like Lexi's doing vocals with us now, and she'll be on songs in the future. And you guys, are hoping to do collaborations, and
yeah.
So who knows what type of styles or what type of I think we're people fronted when you get right down to it.
I like that.
We're
people fronted.
Right. I think if you asked us for real, away from the retail shelf, we would be called people fronted music.
This is music for the people.
I love it.
You know what I mean? There's already enough, because there's already enough religious bands. There's already the gangster bands. You already got the crazy political bands against the man, and you got the devils and the angels and the ghouls and the goblins and the Bigfoots and the aliens. We need one metal band. We'll be just the metal band for humans. Fuck it. That sounds boring.
You guys are the human band.
Right. We're the ones that people talk to. Fuck it. No, because there's already enough. There's already enough super duper rock stars and big bands that stand over their fans, and that's a cool thing too. There's a place for that. There are those larger in life characters, and the Ronnie Radkes and the Corey Taylors and we need these larger in life characters. But then we need these other people that are like really approachable and easy to talk to, like Melissa. And if you ask Melissa, and I have, which I will now, what do you think about being called female fronted? Does it matter to you?
It doesn't really matter to me so much. It's more like just a way to, I don't know, search us.
So you're not even wound up about this thing?
Not
Is
at all.
either way it does. So if I say you're female fronted, do you get what the kids are calling it triggered? Do you get triggered?
No.
Why is that funny?
No.
You don't get triggered? You guys
No.
never heard of that before?
I've heard of it.
You should know. It's kind
It's in my generation.
Yeah. What do you think about Ronnie fucking Radke? You know him?
I do know him.
Is he gonna trigger you?
No.
All right.
He's okay.
So I mean.
Hello, Kenpachi.
So, the point is.
Thanks, Sean. He says he likes the podcast.
Thanks. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
that. I appreciate that.
You're awesome.
Equal opportunity heavy metal band.
Yeah, no, I think getting carried away with catalogs and categories is something that retailers and Spotify should worry about. I don't think that's a thing that artists should even stress about.
Let the buy.
Because they're going to call you whatever, they're going to call you whatever. We're a couple. They should call us a couple-fronted metal band. What do you think about that? We could have You want to have I hate all of this. I hate it. It's awful. I don't even see. I haven't smoked cigarettes in years. When I get here, something about it. I want to smoke. That's really morbid.
Yeah, I was about to say.
It's like when I come here, I want to suffocate. Like that's crazy.
That's the opposite of what we want people to do here.
What was I originally saying, if anything at all?
You were asking Melissa about how she feels about being a female-fronted band, and she said she doesn't give a fuck.
Oh.
Well, not like that.
I was gonna say I didn't hear her say that, but now
said it more nicely.
Well, then that's clear. I'm going back to my notes. I don't know what we're doing here. Okay. This is a podcast. We do talk about music and culture. Sometimes when we talk about it, we include technology. We include modern economics. We also talk about social media.
Meteor?
Yeah.
Like a meteorite?
Yeah, because when it hits the planet, we ain't gonna be so social anymore. But there's many courses to the meal here, everybody. There's a little bit of this. There's a little bit of that. There's a little in, a little out, a little up, a little down. I want to give a shout out to our sponsors. Some of them are here. I've been needing these a lot more lately. I'm about to get a new pair.
It's time for an upgrade?
Yeah, well, I think so. I do need an upgrade of these delicious eargasm earplugs. And I do mean in your ear. Promo code Sepsiss Bond. That's one word, and it's all caps. And if you do use it, Sepsiss Bondalones, you're going to save yourself a pretty penny. And you also save your fucking hearing. So please, use promo code Sepsiss Band and get yourself a pair of eargasm earplugs. Stop fucking around.
They also have some for kids.
They got some for kids.
They also have.
Somebody asked me the other day, can I stick them up my ass? I said, I don't give a shit. I said, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, orgasm earplugs. Stick them up your ass. What doesn't matter to me? Why do you guys even send me stuff like that? You should see the messages that we get. I don't even share them anymore.
Oh, that's just wild. But what would be great, though, is like once a week, like you share like the most wildest message that you get on the Sepsiss network.
Put a 1 in the chat if you guys would like me to come on here weekly and share the wildest message. Yo, you should see what I got this week. Wow. But I wasn't prepared to present that. And I gotta look over some rules and community guidelines, because some of the shit that we get in Sepsiss is over the rainbow.
We saw a rainbow earlier.
It was beautiful.
It was great.
My dad says if it's too loud, you're too old. Love you.
Your dad's the best.
Yo, listen, I ain't even lying, yo. So I was totally freaked out about the Gibson SG. There I am. Because if you guys don't know, do we have any sad music? We need some sad music.
Add that.
We do.
I have this one.
That was brief.
That's the closest I got.
So you guys don't know, but I had to bring in my guitar to the nurse, to my guitar tech.
He's the best.
And he's great.
He is awesome.
So we'll do a whole reel on it tomorrow.
Yes.
Stay tuned for that.
Yes,
but
please.
I brought everybody knows my famous Nope guitar. Here's the other thing. I've never had anybody alter or customize any of my Nope decal.
Uh-huh.
So I'm on the phone. This is how close I am with my guitar tech. You listen to this? He altered my Nope headstock. And
What?
Look it!
What does that mean?
Do you see Melissa's face? He goes, what? So I'm on the phone with him, and he goes, I cleaned it up. He goes, I took care. He goes, I blew out the frets. I polished everything up. He's like, it's like brand new. And I'm hearing like apprehension, and I'm like, what's he holding out on, you know?
He's holding out on something.
And he's like, so I'm waiting, and there's a silence, and he says to me, Will, I got to tell you, I know how you care about this guitar. You should really think about looking at the tone selector. I said, oh?
Tone selector?
Why are we worried about the tone selector? And he goes, well, I plugged it in on the clean channel. I noticed when moving to the bridge pickup and the neck pickup, transitioning, there was a slight electronic pop. He goes, it wasn't doing that before. I only let one person touch the guitar. He goes, it wasn't doing that before. So this guy's he knows my guitar. He goes, it wasn't doing that before. He goes, it wouldn't be much for me to pull out this piece. It's a foreign piece. He goes, normally in some of these guitars, they have parts and pieces that come from other countries. He goes, if I put some American parts in here, it'll never do it ever again. I said, oh shit. He goes, but don't, he goes, I got it sounding nice. He goes, you play with it for a while and, tell me what you think. He goes, if you want it, he goes, bring it back. I'll swap it out. He goes, you'll get better performance out of it. I said, oh shit. I said, that sounds great. And I told him about the SG. I said, man, I got this SG. I said, that's what I've been playing. I said, I really miss my Nope guitar. He goes, and I noticed the apprehension. And he says, he goes, I polished it up really nice. And and when he said you even what?
Oh.
You even what? He goes, I even cleaned up your custom Nope headstock insignia. I said, oh. I said, no one's ever did that before. So I'm really curious. Mm-hmm. Now we're going to have to go. Now it's the thing. We're going to have to go in tomorrow. Mm-hmm. We're going to see what he did. He said he did something to the Nope.
Huh.
What if?
I'm like scared, but I'm excited. You know how I don't even like surprises. You know how I feel about surprises. I don't like them. I'm kind of bugged out about it. I ain't gonna lie.
Guitar.
I wonder
I'm
if
nervous.
he, like, removed the actual name of your guitar and somehow, like, engraved the word nope instead.
Either way, I trust him.
Senpai, thank you for the lurk.
I've already made the decision to just open up my heart and trust him.
He knows what he's doing.
I'm doing a lot more of that lately. I'm opening up my heart. I'm trusting the process. I've been doing a lot of meditating with Lexi
Hans
lately.
says he's nervous as a cat.
Why is Hans more nervous than me?
Cats aren't even that nervous.
And cats are barely no cat. I haven't. What cats do you know they're
I have
nervous?
never met a nervous cat. Have you?
Oh.
Wait, you had cats. Were your
Yeah,
cats nervous?
They were not nervous.
They were not nervous.
They would fight like dogs and stuff.
And then they'd bark too.
Yeah, I had a cat that acted like a dog, actually.
Interesting.
It barked.
It barked?
When,
Like, actually, like,
when
woof,
you
woof.
would go to pet her, her tail would wag.
That's kind of cat-like, though, man.
No, the way it wagged was like a dog's tail. You
Like,
had to have
fast?
seen
Like
it.
this?
Yeah, you had to have seen it. To like, it was the funniest thing.
Oh, wow.
It was really, really funny.
Adorable.
Did
that
you
cat.
know?
No. What?
Well, I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
Another sponsor of ours, another proud sponsor. I don't know why people are slow to this.
Okay.
I wish I had one of the shirts on right now. Do you want to know why I don't have any of their clothing on as we speak? Because I've worn it all and I need to do laundry. Because if I did my laundry as I planned, I would be wearing some of this clothing right now. This is how much I like my sponsors. There's a lot of people in the entertainment business that probably sit behind a camera as I'm doing right now, and you're like, I wonder if this motherfucker actually likes his sponsors or not. How do you know for a fact that I like my sponsors? How do you know that I'm just not a slave to the grind and I'm willing to say anything?
My dad said it's going to be great. He sounds like he cares.
Yeah, no, it does. It does. And he seemed really excited. I'm not even done with my SG story yet. Are you reading something? I feel like you're going to say something.
Yeah, I'm just reading.
Oh, okay. And when she leans in like that, I stop talking. It's a thing that when she's over there, I don't do it. When Zach is there, I don't do that. I notice, but when she leans in, I start to lean in. You see that? Don't do it. See? I can't help it. It's a thing. You can't lean in like that.
Whoops.
Do you need stronger glasses?
No, these are not for reading. This is for black and blue light. Hey, thank you for resubscribing. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hello.
Oh, no.
That nope guitar is like the battle rifle in Halo.
That seemed drilly. I like that.
Hi.
That was hard. So, right now, had I done my laundry, I would have had on a convicted printing shirt. Honestly. So, it's been a long time coming. Now, folks don't know the developed relationship between Sepsiss and convicted printing is layered. It's deep, man. Not only is this a company that celebrates a positive reintegration and a positive approach to reform and recidivism. Don't start, Hans, because I know you're going to go look up all of those words, right? Reform, recidivism. This poor guy. So not only are they proud subscribers to that, which you know that I personally and individually am involved in as much as possible. I'm a participant and out advocate for healthy integrations back into the community. I love sobriety. I love working out. I love fitness and meditation and music and art, as everybody knows. Right, Lex?
Right.
And I also love people coming home and having a place to work and having people to talk to. But one thing I really am down with is people giving back. And Convicted Printing is awesome because they're a group of guys not only focused on that reintegration, but opening up opportunities to give back. And what better way to give back but to kids and young people, and to combat and create awareness and education around child trafficking. If you guys know my path, if you guys know my story, I was a victim. Me and hundreds of other children were a victim of child abuse, and some of the scariest type of stories that children could grow up living with. So these guys are like heroes to me. Breaking out this type of awareness and this type of education is massive, massive, massive. It's needed, it's powerful, it's appropriate, and these are people that have lived both sides of the fence and understand a wider, broader stroke of society and the law. What better way to have these conversations and challenge the construct that these things should be swept under the rug. So shout out to Convicted Printing, because not only do they have a cool cause, they've got really dope heavy metal style, hard rock style, rock and roll style clothes.
Oh yeah.
And on top of it, if they weren't sweethearts enough, they push, they promote, and when I say promote, they go the fuck off pushing and promoting independent and regional local bands. You guys are crazy. Proud supporters and also sponsors of your friends and people that you love. I know you love Hardcore Keem and those type of people. So they're a Florida-based company. They love death metal bands and hard rock bands. If you're in a hard rock band, if you're in a death metal band, if you're in the scene and you want cool deals on clothing, definitely check out Convicted Printing, because they got a dope style, and we are in the works right now. I'm so excited of us doing our first clothing piece with them. I've been waiting to do this. This is the original reason why I wanted to get with this company. They wanted to partner with Sepsiss. And you hear about sponsors wanting to partner up with bands a lot, but this is a situation. If you see us with a sponsor, if you see somebody, it's never a one-way road where they came to us and we're like, oh, there's a cool deal behind it, and it's a one-way road. When we have partners and sponsorships, that we're using those products. That we're speaking with those people front and center. They're not organized by our label. They're not organized by a middleman or a manager. These people we get on the phone with, they pay us directly. So if you buy, or if you purchase, or if you shop with them and you use our promo codes, if you use our promo code for Eargasm or Convicted Printing, we get paid directly. We get compensated directly. And I'm so excited because we get to finally complete the circle and start working on a design and clothing piece with Convicted Printing. I'm going to be so excited because we're going to put them right on the merch table.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm trying to take them. We're not trying to have these, in virtual metaverse land. We're trying to get these right off the bat. We're trying to put them right on the table. Have their logos and their designs. We want to kind of just like let them have an open palette, have an open canvas, and kind of use our artwork and go crazy. I think we might work like some Sepsiss lyrics in there or something.
That'd be awesome. 3DO, thank you for the follow.
Yeah, so look out for that. That'll be exciting. But yeah, just to know that, when we do partner up, or you guys see us talk about our sponsors, we hope that they're excited to work with us. But just the same, when we're talking about these folks, we're excited to work with these companies. There's no outstanding contract that we have with them, and we're not tied in with none of these people. And you guys know I'm serious all the time because I tell my record label to go fuck off constantly. So you guys know I'm a real one. I tell it like it is. If I work with you, it's because I know that we've been treated fairly, and I see you treating other bands fairly. If I speak up and stand up about it, I'm a straight shooter, and I draw straight lines. So I call it like it is. Eargasm Convicted Printing's where it's at. Still helping out independent small bands and still making sure we get paid, man, and paying the rent. Shout out to both. Static X Radio rocks. Matt Connerton, go check him out. Of course, Concert Junkies, Rob and John, our friends, Savage Ladies, and Legion of Solace. So you'll catch Legion of Solace also hanging with us at Swarmy Fest too.
November 4th.
Yeah,
It's
so,
coming up.
Okay, people keep asking me about the Swarmy Fest 2 tickets. Some people think it's not happening. I promise you, guys, I would never steer you wrong. Swarmy Fest 2 is November 4th at Club Jewel in Manchester.
Still happening.
I'm telling you.
It's still
That's
going
where
on.
it will be.
Let's go! Fuck it!
And the other thing is, if you want to know for sure, go ask a Simple Complex, because they'll be there.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be co-headlining the event along with Inverter. You guys know Inverter. We love Inverter. And Inverter will be there to help us co-headline the event. We'll probably have one more co-headliner, and there are talks of even more bands, or perhaps even a second stage. This is, I mean, it's still in development. It's in November, so you figure July, August, September, October. We still got 5-ish. So what, 120
Solid
days?
4.
Right, 120 days. You know, we got 20 days to not give a shit. So send us T-shirts, and I don't mean my own T-shirt because I have no laundry money. Send us your T-shirts. Don't send them to me. Send them small. For them. If you guys are in a band, if you're one of our partners, if you're like Matt, where's Matt Connerton's shirt?
He's over there
Where is he?
on the table.
Oh, I'm gonna go get
You
it.
see him?
I see him.
Yeah, right there. There he is.
All right. So here I am.
There
Nice.
you are. Look!
Here I am wearing my Matt Connerton.
Look, there's Matt.
There's Matt. He's got hair like mine.
Yeah, looks great.
Han says he can't wait for Swarmy Fest.
Woo!
So if y'all didn't know,
That's it. That's Matt.
if you guys send us shirts, we will wear them on this podcast. We have area back here. We also can hang them up. But if you send us your shirts, the ladies promise to wear them. It's kind of a feature of this show. So if you send us your shirts, this could be anybody. If you're in a band,
Anybody?
especially local businesses. Now, if you're from some big corporation, we're not going to talk to you. Yeah. So yeah, send us your shirts. I was going to tell my story about rock and roll today, but we don't have enough time.
Oh.
I always have a story about rock and roll.
I
Lexi,
like story time.
Huh?
I like story time.
Well, that's why you have a story right now of you dancing in the rain. Everybody should go watch it after this.
Yeah.
I have another story for you.
Okay.
It's the story of Halo Season 4.
Oh,
Mhm.
shit.
And it's the story
I need a
that...
Halo button,
Yes. And
Yes.
that's a good idea.
right? Why
And
wouldn't I have one?
it's also the story of ICG returning to Friday night game streams. So we will get a gaming stream for game night. We will have like be returning to like a party style type stream. You know, kind of a wacky, custom gamey, crazy night. And I think Lexi's gonna have a stream of some video game stream coming up.
Yeah. Be like a video game journey, because I wasn't allowed to play video games growing up. So now that I'm an adult,
you have a lot to explore.
I can play some video games.
So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put you on the Commodore.
What's that?
You're gonna play the Commodore
What's the
for at least a year.
What's the Commodore?
Then you're gonna play Table Talk, Pac-Man, and Tempest. All right.
Sounds like fun.
Okay, good. Buckle up.
I was gonna play like some of like the older games.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. Older, real old,
No, I know.
like pole position.
Me and you should totally do a gaming stream together.
Yeah,
Yo, you should-
exactly.
Not like
yeah.
double cam though. Like you on one camera, me on the other camera.
This seems illegal.
I like
No,
that.
you could do it through Streamlabs.
Yeah. The thing you were telling me about.
Yeah.
That thing.
We could just double stream at the same time.
That's perfect. Yeah, I was actually thinking about that. I mean, you could play like a couple of these games together, stuff like that.
I think it would be epic. Sorry. I know we're just...
No,
like,
no,
keep talking."
just do what y'all doing.
And like we could play like so a couple of games that I'm thinking about playing and besides Halo obviously is like some like the older games, so kind of like GTA.
Ooh, I
That's
like
not
that
an
game.
older game. I was thinking, like...
GTA is fun, though.
Okay, she didn't say fun. She said older.
True.
How about some Virtual Boy?
Virtual.
How about that, huh?
What, like Pac-Man? Is that old enough?
That would be fun. It would be kind of fun to see y'all retro game.
That would be fun.
Oh
to
my
hear.
gosh!
Like,
yeah.
it wouldn't it be put a one
like
in the chat?
like Legend of Zelda.
Right, like to see y'all figure out Excite Bike.
What's that?
Exactly.
What about Double Dribble?
What?
That's crazy. Put a one in the chat if you know about Double Dribbles.
Oh, Harry Potter. That's a good
We
one.
need to play that game.
Harry Potter,
We
didn't-
need Harry Potter.
We
We
do.
need the Hogwarts
We
Legacy
actually
game.
really do.
We
but-
need that game. We
just-
need it. Like
Apparently
today.
it's
It's just so
needed.
expensive, but I've been wanting this game for so long.
Same.
Really? How much is it?
Did you know
$80.
that
Golly, that's
they make you
ridiculous. I'm
redo
sorry.
they make you not make you, but they have you go through like finding your house again.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome. I'm sorry. I need to.
They're
definitely
swearing
get
and everything. I know they're passionate at this
I
time.
need this game.
High-pitched noises and swearing. I know
Sorry.
when the two of those are combined.
We're girling out over here.
I know.
I'm
Squeak,
sorry.
squeak, squeak, F word. Squeak, 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 mother F word. Laugh, laugh, cheer, cheer. Funny noise.
Me and Melissa's friendship in a nutshell.
Yo, I can't. Nah. Stop! You almost poked the kid's eye.
Horns.
It gives you a whole new thing to horns up.
Hold on.
Okay, now did you see? You did that breath, exhale.
Huh?
You just did a breath timestamp. Where are we right now?
Timestamp.
You did a breath. You did a breathy sigh. Just a minute ago, that's what you did. You may not have known that you did that, but you did. Had you have taken a snapshot of that in time, that was a lukewarm, silly version of wet.
Gotcha.
That's the same
Yeah.
type of approach.
You have to
It's-
timestamp
now,
and
now,
show
now,
me
now,
later,
look.
'cause I don't know.
Now, I'm not saying it is the same. I'm not saying that. But I am saying turning in the direction, in the cognitive and purposeful direction. This would be a way to accelerate forward
Almighty. Thanks for
in the
tuning
path
in.
of success. Farfignugan.
Well done.
I don't know why we were talking about this shit earlier, but I'm completely confused.
We were talking about video games and how we have
No,
a
I
video
know.
Yeah, we have
game
just
stream
determined
coming
we
back
need
up.
to, game.
And then me and Melissa started freaking out because we need Hogwarts Legacy.
Are you guys excited?
Hangry Diner, thank you for the follow on Kick.
Are you guys excited to have Zach as a actual, permanent, and official Sepsiss band member?
Fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
Can we get a let's go fuck it?
Let's go! Fuck it!
Yeah, no, me too, man. Wow. This guy's a crazy motherfucker. I'll just leave it at that.
I'm really excited.
Hey, quiet down out there, right? And yes, I did talk about Swarmy Fest, and there should be more stuff on there. Hey, so somebody asked me the other day about like follows and stuff like that. I want to get this follow thing
Again?
together. Yes, man.
They're asking again?
Yes. Here's the follow thing. This is the follow policy. And this is true for a good advice for all bands. It is your responsibility as an artist, as a culinary artist, as a visual artist or a painter, right? A performing artist. That's what we are, right? I'd say that's what we are. We're more than just musicians. Sometimes we act a little bit, right? We do commercials. We do streams and broadcasts, right? And we do some storyboarding and music videos. We do live podcasting too.
Yeah.
I would say that we're performing art, but then naturally we do shows and showcases and, musical performances, acoustic performances. We dance, we sing. We're performing artists. And somebody asked me, is that all we do? Do we just make music to make a living? And to help you understand, each of us as an individual, as part of the band and the company, now, and the present band, the present and current lineup and staff, and before too, with prior lineups, individually, we all have jobs away from music and in a variety of different fields of entertainment and civilian jobs off of Sepsiss. So not only do we make music in Sepsiss, not only do we make a little bit of our living on stage sometimes, other times these activities help us pay for assets or more business tools, but collectively, as artists and entertainers, individuals in our group have a variety of differentiating frequencies and appetites, and as far as jobs, how much they work, and the variety and kind away from the band. Is that fair?
Zombie,
Yeah.
thank you for the follow.
Some of us are school teachers. We've had
What up and down?
warehouse workers, police officers. We've had all type of people in the band. So we do a combination of things away from what you see here. Do we make some money doing adverts and sponsors and different? Yeah, a little bit. But think of our job here, especially us three. We make lots of small nickels, not fast quarters. So we work in a variety of different departments in the entertainment industry. And that's how we make a living. Yeah. But one thing we don't do is we don't live in the fantasy of being self-employed or being independent with the goal to join some big corporation or star-studded rock star corporate club. Does that make sense? It's unrealistic for people that have a corporate club, some sort of a corporate regime. It doesn't make sense for them to live independently. No more than it makes for independent or self-employed people to have some goal to be part of a corporation. It kind of makes the most sense if you're self-employed to be building your own. Right? They're kind of two different paths. So we've never set out with the goal to convert people into our fans. And that's fucked up for a lot of people. Because I know that in heavy metal, we're supposed to sound, look, behave, and play a way that heavy metal fans will all accept. That heavy metal fans will all like. But when we started Sepsiss, it was really different. In the sense that we wanted to create a metal band that, sure, heavy metal fans and people that love rock and roll would like our band. But I think it's important to know that when me and Melissa founded the band, we co-founded the idea that we would make a hard rock metal music for people who haven't necessarily discovered hard rock or metal yet. So where a lot of bands grew up on Priest, or grew up on Maiden, or grew up on Disturbed, or grew up on Suicide Silence, or grew up on Exodus, or grew up on Testament, you know what I mean? We grew up on all of those things and have those same influences, love all those bands. However, when it comes to the business model, or like envisioning a cool entertainment package and product as far as the stage and sonically and visually speaking, we envisioned a type of rock and roll that didn't resurrect rock and roll. Right. You know what I'm saying? We didn't grow up on metal bands with the idea of, oh, you know what we're going to do? We're going to reinvent metal, or reinvent the metal fan, or re-energize metal. We weren't going to wake it up from the dead, or try to help old metal fans love metal again. You know what I mean? Our goal had a lot more to do with exciting people maybe who've never even heard of metal before. Or people who were, you know, uneasy or anxious about mosh pits or aggressive music. You know, we could be a starter kit to them. We could be one of those bands that open up the door and go, oh man, you know, people peek around the corner and go, I don't know about All Shall Perish yet, but let me check out this band. You know what I mean? We want it to be, as everybody knows, as we reflect online a little bit more approachable. In terms of, you know, not hiding up in the green room, or, you know, talking with people a little bit more in messages and online. And have we paid the price for that? Has there been some drawback from being too personal with people? We can see why bands at our size, as small as we are, kind of have a stiff arm towards that policy. But it's very much in tandem with our goal to continue on fearlessly in terms of prioritizing our fan base. Because instead of trying to convert fans into what we're doing, we'd rather open up the door to the genre as a whole by just being contributors. You know what I mean? But if we can contribute in such a way that's unique and that's different and creating new conversations, you open up the genre to a whole brand new branch of people that might have never had the balls to even listen to heavy metal, that never had the guts, you know what I mean, to go
3DO
see.
3DO says, I can dig that type of messaging and concept.
Yeah, it's just different. You know what I mean? It's just something different. There's already enough unapproachable acts. There's already enough unapproachable bands and scary bands and all these, you know, confusing bands. And you get with Sepsiss, you don't have to be black or a girl, or you don't have to be you don't have to make a certain amount of money or dress a certain way, or this, you know, we're not hurting people here. There's no anger. You're not going to get beat up at our shows. You know what I'm saying? And there are a variety of amazing bands that, believe me, I've been to some heavy concerts where the intensity is fight or flight. You know what I mean? And there's a time and place for those rides. There's a place in the amusement park for those big coasters. You know what I mean? And people that want to go on them, you know, should have the freedom to get on them. But I think that there are pockets. There are places in heavy metal. There are places in what I like to call energetic or aggressive music, because aggressive music isn't necessarily violent. You can be aggressive about about loving something. You could be aggressive about your pursuit to raise your kids. You know, you could be aggressive about protecting your land. You can have an aggressive approach to marketing. You can have aggressive approach to practicing your craft. So there's like aggressive music, and then there's like violent music, and believe me, and some people won't like that I say this, I think that there's a place for violent music, just like I think there's a place for horror movies. Does that make sense? Yeah. People that watch horror movies don't necessarily want to hack people up after they get done watching it. You know what I mean? So you know, but just coming full circle, the key takeaway is we never had the responsibility, and you could make the argument whether or not which is more challenging in comparison. But we have never had the goal or the influence to match up or buy on, no pun intended, to what is popularly known in modern metal as success, you know, and that's Sirius XM, the big festivals, you know, what we like to call running the track. And without looking at our glass half full or feeling like we weren't part of the club, I think that it allowed us to look at this differently as far as creators and not adhere to a Spotify modern day rock and roll template. You know, in terms of creating music, we write songs however long or short we want them. And we don't ever feel like, oh no, iTunes isn't going to be happy with us. That could do a lot for creators in terms of, you know, really squeezing and bottlenecking the art. It's hard for artists to create if you tell people, hey, listen, you know, I want you to create your life's dream, but you can only use orange. You know, there's this vast wheel of color out there. There's this vast broad stroke of talent. There's this vast wheel and broad stroke of languages and abilities and dances and fruits and vegetables and colors and people all over the world that we have access to express this way. And now I can only use orange? I can only write a song in 2 minutes and 30 seconds because fucking Spotify said so?
That's very limited.
That's the industry standard? That's not but that's not a standard I want to be a part of.
It's very limited.
So that's not an industry. That's not a standard that Sepsiss fits in. You see? So when I talk about a career arc, when I talk about the pathway of independent bands versus an independent band trying to become successful in the corporate world, a lot of independent bands are searching or seeking to be successful in a corporate avenue. And you'll see people in a corporate avenue run the corporate race, take the corporate climb. And they take the corporate climb 10, 30 years, and you see the same artists in all genres. Slipknot, TLC, DMX. You see them all arguing over their royalties, the same way we argue with our record label about our royalties now. You hear these stories, right? But you're understanding this. We're living this experience. So my thing is a person takes the corporate climb, and you feel like you're reaching a corporate climb. You feel like you're part of the corporate club, right? And you get to the corporate climb, and you realize, wow, my pathway is a lot different than what I expected. And when I zoom out, a lot of people like to express to each other on any given day that we want what the majority wants. And when you ask what the majority wants, most bands and people are searching for the kind of success that folds, the kind that jingles, the kind you swipe. You see what I'm saying? Or the kind that they can count in their followers or their demographics. You know, everybody, if you ask most people, they want 400,000 followers or they want $400,000 so they can spend it and trick off and show off in front of their 400,000 followers.
Hey, Paul, you can get our CD right on our website at sepsiss.com.
So chasing followers and metrics and having the idea that my corporate climb is going to be this ring around the rosy recipe of pay, wash, rinse, repeat idea of success, bidding for a corporate climb, for followers,
Indine said, real success in music, specifically rock metal, is not what people think it is, sadly.
For real, man. I know Endine. I don't even have to explain to them. Yeah, it's cool. I'm so glad there are other bands that visit this podcast sometimes and can just check that box for me. So because it makes me feel a little bit better, like, woo, that we're all speaking English here. It does feel good, fellas, and I appreciate y'all visiting. Because it's just me trying to plead to people not to waste their time, their resources, and their investments looking for a corporate climb just to reach the top and be like, oh, wow, I kind of want to just be independent. But, to be independent, and this is, people don't want to hear this, it also means, and here's the difference. To be independent means to be accountable. To truly be independent means to be responsible. And this is kind of what I meant about us taking a unique form in rock and roll and knowing who our fan base is and knowing ahead of time and having a plan for who and Sepsiss is going to be as far as our sonic and our digital presence, our image and our digital identity and our presentation here, especially online, because we're online so much. So it's important to have a strong sense of identity and who we plan and predict ourselves to be. We don't storyboard everything. That wouldn't be very much fun, right? No. But we are outspoken, and that's not popular in rock and roll. It's not popular to be saying the things that I'm saying now. It's not popular because there are a lot of companies that are hoping to make money on the hopes and dreams and desire of less educated people who have been taught to follow in the footsteps of their idols and celebrities.
What up, Michelle?
That in itself is a product package for people reaching a corporate climb. Look, we all got to pay somebody. People pay to play is everywhere. Scratch tickets, toll booths, taxes.
Michelle likes your horns.
What horns? That's just her head.
Yeah. These just grew in today. Just grew in.
We shave them down when sometimes they...
Yeah, sometimes they get too long, so we have to cut and trim.
And I'll wrap this up, but not the program, but I'll wrap up the point in saying that our band is not here to convert hard rock or metal or rap or fans of music into Sepsiss fans. And I think that that's what a lot of acts and entertainers have set out to do because they were taught that early on by a bigger, dumber construct. And I'm here to challenge that construct every Wednesday, for real. So our plan setting out forward has always remained consistent in the sense that Sepsiss is not in a business of converting fans. We recommend, as we have when we co-founded the band, that when you put out a single, it's your responsibility for how many people hear that single. If you're a rapper, if you're a singer-songwriter, if you're just making a demo, in today's world, the artist is taught, you put out the record, you spend a lot of bread on the promo, you jump through the hoops or whatever you're doing, right? Whether you have label support or industry support, you got your playlisting and all this beeswax, and, there's a handful of business tools that are typical to the artist sandbox, the modern artist tool belt, okay? And there's a checklist, there's a pre-release checklist that all these modern artists go through, right? And then you fulfill those, you fulfill all those terms and you jump through those hoops and checkpoints,
Thank you, Michelle.
What up,
Very
Michelle?
Sweet.
Why? What was that?
Well, she said hi to you first off, and then she said I look pretty.
What?
So it was nice.
Yeah, you do look pretty. I will say that.
Thank you.
Nobody. How come nobody said I look pretty like that, man? That's raw.
I think you're pretty.
Thanks. And then the release comes out, and you spend all the money, and the resources are up. The label shakes your hand. The PR company daps you up. You do your 12-week or 36-week or 4-month campaign. The money, the well runs out, and then what does the artist do? The artist runs out, and he makes another song. Right? It's like this wash, rinse, repeat, like product design made for independent artists, where everybody else gets paid but the independent artists. The distributor gets their bread, the promoter gets their bread, you know what I'm saying, the PR company gets their bread, all going through just to release this single. But throughout this process, and then finally the artist takes their art, before they give it to their fans, they run out to the retail stores and they go, here's my art. It's my dream. I've worked my whole dream, and I've been taught the only way that I can be authenticated, the only way I'm a real rock and roll star is if I go on Facebook and I go on Spotify where all the other big fucking rock stars are, and I get myself on a playlist like all the other fucking big rock stars running the race, and I give them, I relinquish, I drop my art. I drop it. That's what the kids do, right? They drop singles. They do. They drop singles on the floor. They drop their single, boop, then they drop their wallet, boop, they drop their single in one hand and they drop their wallet in the other to the label, to Spotify, to CD Baby, to DistroKid. They take their whole dream. This is my dream. Oh, I'm so afraid to talk about it myself. Somebody please talk about it for me. Here's my dream. Here's my money. Here's everything. And then you give your dream to a complete fucking stranger and wonder why your dream fails. Now, look. No.
I had to. I'm sorry.
I know, you was feeling that. It was thundering and lightning and shit.
No, that sound is much better than the mic drop.
What's the mic drop? Don't do the mic drop. Don't drop any microphones around here. We're on a budget.
3DO, level 1. Let's go.
Level 1. What does that mean?
He reached level 1.
Okay.
I haven't figured out what the levels do on Kick yet. I'm going to figure that out eventually.
And did you know, if you're a Patreon in Sepsiss, if you're a Sepsiss Patreon, Super Swarmies, Yellow Jackets. If you're a Super Swarmy, if you're a fucking Yellow Jacket, here's the deal, right? Oh, there goes her horns. I'm telling you. And look, here's the thing.
Holy. Oh my god.
What the hell is that?
The emotes.
Yo, what is that?
It's raining smiley faces.
I don't like that.
Awesome.
It was like raining boogers.
It's raining boogers.
That was
Ew.
crazy. Ew.
Ew.
So.
That's gross.
There they go again.
Oh.
Oh.
Ow. Where's my
They're
joint, man? This is
jumping
crazy.
around.
I've lost the joint.
What happened? That is an emergency.
No, too, Daffy.
That is an emergency. Is that a 4?
I hope not.
Did you
Sepsiss
throw it?
stars. It's raining
hope
Sepsiss
not.
stars.
I hope not, Scott.
This is crazy.
Oh no. This is dangerous.
What a drag. Did you get... Alright, who online knows what I did with the joint?
Sepsiss stars. Let's go.
Did you put it on the
Yeah, I
table
love
over there?
this. The little emotes.
And on the table, the chair?
I don't know. I've got another.
But that
Is it in your
reminds me,
pocket?
folks. Hey, we just reached 100 messages on Restream.
Oh, you're sitting on it.
Oh.
What was I
Sat
gonna
on
say?
it.
Nuh-uh. Oh, I did. Oh, shit.
Oh,
Y'all didn't see
3D,
that.
no.
All right. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say that reminds me. I wanted to announce that the first 10 people who subscribe to our Kick will receive a little OG next to their username. So like a little OG badge.
To develop an inside group is
Yeah.
develop an outside group.
What?
That sounded like an AI robot.
I am an AI robot. Sent from planet P.O. Box 14. Boom.
Will, I saw that I caught you. I'm gonna get you. I
Don't
guess he
get
caught
me.
you.
What the
No,
hell?
don't get me right now. I don't need to be gotten.
Hans.
Hans is not going to get me. That's for damn sure. All right? I'm not the one. All right, so... You ain't lying, Brian. Yo, chill.
Keep it in a bean.
Right. So, what's the moral of the story? The moral of the story is you don't run out to the fucking retailer.
No.
If you're a Patreon, if you're a fucking Yellow Jacket, you know that you get to hear our music before the retailer. All other artists, I don't care who they are, Amy fucking Lee, anybody.
Holy emotes.
Holy emotions. I don't care if they're your favorite independent artist. The first people we give our new singles to, the only people, we don't give it to no record labels. I don't give it to nobody's mom. Nobody. Nobody gets it. Chucky fucking Cheese. The only people who get our music first are the Sepsiss Patreons.
Yeah.
They are the first people to get our music. And they're the only people. Not radio stations. I don't even care about none of them. Fuck them. The only people that I want to have our single when it comes out, the first people it should be available are the closest people and the closest friends to your band. That's my recommendation for every band out there.
Peer review.
Don't run this. Who the fuck is Spotify? You don't even know them. So people run out, they give their music to Spotify, and they drop it. They drop their single. Crickets. They don't hear nothing. You want to know why? It's because they never gave their music to their friends. No. Nobody plays our music anyway. But if they did, they wouldn't play it on Spotify.
No. They'll play it in the car.
Yeah, and another thing. Here's the thing. I think the biggest thing that you could take away from this is that instead of trying to convert people into fans or dropping more music, because that's what artists do, right? When things don't work out and you put it on Spotify and it gets dead air, we go, oh man, we must not be good, right? We must not be talented. The average artist, they work their hardest, they take their dream, they put it on DistroKid, they put all the promo up, 12 weeks go by, they do all the campaign, and all of a sudden, all the numbers go down, right? So it's like drugs. So the high starts to go down. See? They go, oh my God, 2 weeks ago, we were getting hundreds of thousands of plays. And believe me, these sites are smart. The way that they make their images and the way they make their graphs, it's like a video game. And you're looking at these numbers dip down. You go, oh man, you start to see these dips, and you're like, oh my, I have a weakness. You start to see these pockets and these dips in your numbers and these dips in your career. And you're like, oh my God. And you compare yourself to other artists. And you compare yourself to Sepsiss. You compare yourself to your favorite artists. All knowing that you don't live and do what these other artists do. That all artists live and kind of do this differently. That we all kind of have our own customized way to make this work. And we all have different things that work for us. Melissa has painting and streaming. And you know what I mean? And the next person might have really great stage presence or a great merge package or whatever. Whatever. There's a list of things. But, you know, moving forward, once you get through that 12-week, 30-week campaign and you realize that you have to start to have this dip in your numbers and your metrics, and we're taught, oh, you got to have your metrics up, and you got to have your blue badge, and you got to have your blue ticker, and you got to have all these numbers, and you need 400,000 followers. You're being fed all this through your idols and through your celebrities and other bands that you're looking up to and comparing yourself to. And all of this anxiety is coming in. Meanwhile, they know that this anxiety is set in. You know, companies like Spotify were designed for kids with this type of anxiety, this desire for follows and metrics and crunching numbers. They know that kids are on the phone all day, checking back to see their followers, checking their messages. Guys, old motherfuckers like me, I don't give a fuck about that phone. Old people don't give a shit about none of that. We care about playing the guitar. That's my, you know what I'm saying? I play so much guitar, I'll never get famous. You see what I'm saying? So when we set up our business model, we never set it up for riches and fame and follows. And I think that that's where a lot of people feel unsuccessful, because you've set yourself up for someone else's success. Spotify says, write the song at 2 minutes and 50 seconds. You say yes, they're successful. Spotify says that the campaign's over 12 weeks ago. Your numbers are dipping. You're weak. You need to put out another song, says Spotify. You go, but my song was good. It's my dream. They say, yeah, well, you know, in order to run this game, you're going to need another song. You see, and that goes back to me explaining our business model. There's no converting fans. You can't convert Spotify fans into Sepsiss fans. The only fans that Sepsiss can really have, people say, hey, Sepsiss, some of your fans left. No, the fuck they didn't. No one, and none of my fans have ever left me. Because anybody that's really has ever been a fan of William knows that William's here for the music. So if you're not here for the music and you're blowing kisses at us, we know better already. We're trained in the shit. Our main goal is to have people here for the music. And then we'd rather have 5 solid and authentic people here for the music rather than 500. So when people say our numbers are low, we don't have a problem with that because they're organic. Because we wouldn't buy nan one of you. We don't buy our friends. We don't buy our supporters. We're not going to change our behavior or the frequency of how we deliver the information or education. We are outspoken because we feel like it. So the thing is, instead of converting fans and converting one band's fans, I want to open up for Dave Ellefson. I want to open up for fucking Mickey Mouse. I want to open up. I want to borrow from this art. I want to borrow from that. I want to remix that. I want to cover this. I want to copy that. I want to tribute that. You know, instead of converting all of those fans, instead of converting the works and the success of other platforms and other bands, you know, when a corporation says, let's have a battle of the bands, everybody goes, I want in, as long as like we can open up for celebrities and we can get paid in exposure. Have some exposure and opportunity. I wonder if I can eat. Can you put opportunity and exposure in 2 pieces of bread and put some mayo on that motherfucker? Could somebody please take some opportunity and pay my rent with that shit? Because I don't see bars giving away free beer. Hookers don't give out free hand jobs. There's no free bullets, no free oil. And if we unplug this shit, it's all done. Somewhere there's a supervisor that's sitting next to the vending machine of life. And he's sitting behind all the AI, behind all the hard drives, behind all the fucking independent. There's somebody sitting there next to that plug. No matter how much this shit looks like a vending machine, no matter how many times you think you're going up to that vending machine, you swipe that card, you think that there's no people there, and you're going to get a little fucking snack out the box. You got to realize there's somebody that owns that machine and collects the money out of that motherfucker, and he's sitting right next to the plug. They'll tell you you're doing it. They'll tell you that you should be worshipped for it.
When is Southern Oklahoma show, the Railhead Saloon, Big Metal Bar down here? Oh, is a Big Metal Bar down here? What would it take to get you guys down here? Just curious.
Gas. For, you know, honestly, like, you can send us a message. We get a lot of people saying they want us to play everywhere, but it costs money to get there.
The Facebook page?
Yeah. Usually...
Or shoot us an email.
We are probably one of the most approachable bands in terms of booking. You know, usually if we get the gas money, you know, and we get shows that support it, it gets a little cheaper. You know, we get the gas money, some support shows moving around. We have a small rider, and we like people to advertise and have great art. That's kind of like what we're looking for. And we like to book, you know, at a safe distance out. You know, we just put back together the lineup, so we're kind of still training right now.
Hi, video. How's it going?
What was I saying, though? Oh, no. Don't look at me like that. So, here's the deal. And I really will finish because we got to move on. But Spotify says make the music at 2 minutes and 50 seconds. And you agree to that, then they've been successful. Not you, as an artist. You've been successful if you go, how long did Spotify want me to play? 2 minutes and 55 seconds? Well, no, because there's a pre-chorus before the interlude, and I'm sorry, the intro is really long, and I do a solo at the end, so fuck off!
It's 4 minutes.
It's 4 minutes, motherfucker. That's art.
Kiss our fucking
Right. There's no classical 8 colors or I'm out.
Right.
You know, you're out of your art when they talk you out of it. When somebody says, hey, man, you can only eat chicken, hamburger, and... Okay, they just talked you out of your culinary art. When people say, hey, man, martial arts, you can only throw a straight punch. They just talked you out of your art. When somebody says you can only use brushes, you can only use AI, you can only use samples, you can only do cover songs, you can only wear this type of fashion. This shit is over with, everybody. As soon as we agree to it, that is over with. So we are a band that when Spotify says this is the industry standard, I say I don't give a fuck what Spotify wants. I don't listen to Spotify. I don't listen to my own. You can ask my record label. I don't listen to a fucking word they're talking about. Fuck them. I've always been that way. It's always going to be that way because when it comes to this band, it's always been the art first. It's always been friendship first. It's always been family first. It's always going to be the same here. So we never got into rock and roll music to convert fans. Because we knew that only a bad actor could talk you out of writing your dream song and then giving up on it. Because in the long run, when you write a song or a single and you drop it and you run out and just create more songs and singles, you're just doing what Spotify wants you to do in their version of success. They want you to give up on the music that you've already written. They want you to give up on the idea of success that you had growing up. They want you to write your heart out and get that 12-week campaign. They want you to bust on it. They want the numbers to go dead. They want you to feel weak, so you go right back and record another song. So I say this to you, if you're an artist, stop writing music. Don't stop writing music. Stop releasing music. Record tons of music. Write tons of music. Record tons of music. But honestly, push the releases you already have. And don't give up on those releases until you can look at it and go, 10,000 people listen to Blacklight Invasion. Ask yourself, when you wrote that song, did you want 1 million people to listen to it or 10,000? 10,000 is nowhere near 1 million. So if you release that song, hey, this is your dream. Before you were coming into this, you was meeting with the band. You meet with the PR guy. He sold you a fucking ticket. He told you how amazing your song was. You met with the label. They fucking put a battery in your back. Told you how fucking pretty you were. Right? They had you all gassed up like you had the single of a year. And then you gave, instead of giving it to your fans, you didn't give it to your mom. You didn't give it to your kids. You didn't give it to your girl. You didn't even listen to your song, did you? You didn't even listen to that bullshit. You didn't even listen to your own music because you were too afraid to peer review it. So what you did, you didn't even give it to your fans because you were too afraid to hear what they'd really think about it. You went out and you gave it to somebody you never even met before. And then you gave it to them. You gave them your wallet along with it. You brought some PR company in, some fucking label. They gassed you up. You blew your fucking load. And now you're back looking at your dream. And you're like, wow, I planned on 10,000. I planned on 20,000. I planned on 50,000. And I crapped out at 2,000. And now you feel like a failure. You feel like, damn, it must be me. It must be me. You go back to the label. They say, man, crank out some more, man. You go back to disco and say, hey, man, you got another one in you. You know, the next one's going to be better. Just keep going at it, kid. And what you don't realize is that they've exploited your weakness. It's like a casino. You just keep pulling the lever. Cherries and oranges and fucking cupcakes and fucking mindless, motionless fucking music. And you say, why isn't it moving? Why haven't I got anywhere? Why haven't I advanced my career? And it's because that somewhere along the line, they have convinced you that originally you decided on having 10,000 follows, you decided on having 20,000 plays, and you gave up. You sat down with the band and you dreamed of how this one video was going to have 1 million and it was going to do this and it was going to do that. And then it didn't meet your expectations and Spotify came along and was like, you haven't released a song in a while. So whose idea of success is it? And that's why Sepsiss isn't in the business of converting fans of Spotify or fans of other bands into fans of Sepsiss. The people that are here for Sepsiss and support Sepsiss have been here, and it will be here long after this conversation.
Real shit.
Lexi, what do we got today?
We got stuff.
I got stuff. Can I just do this one?
Here's the one.
I'm sorry. I just thought this
sorry.
was the dumbest thing in the world.
Don't be sorry.
So, I just want to bring it up. So the hottest new trend, aside from the Grimace blowing loads all over people's faces, there's this other one. You didn't know about that? So, you guys. So some of you guys are too young for Grimace, but there's the hottest new TikTok trend is you drink this milkshake at McDonald's, and then Grimace, supposedly, if you drink this milkshake, I don't know, put a 1 in the chat if you guys have had the Grimace milkshake. Put a 2 in the chat if you've heard the Grimace milkshake challenge. But all the kids are doing it now. They go to McDonald's and they buy, which is crazy because who is young enough for Grimace? So all these kids are going and they're buying the Grimace milkshake. And legend has it, the lore have you, if you take hold on,
That took a lot.
if you drink this mystical shake, we're gonna have to go get one after this.
Yeah.
We're gonna go get one of these.
I'm curious what it tastes like now.
Well, legend has it, if you take 1 sip of the Grimace shake, it's kind of like The Ring, you know?
I love that movie.
You know what?
I love The Ring.
So, it's kind of like that, you know? So if you take a sip of this Grimace shake sometime in the near future in your life, fucking Grimace kicks open the door and blows a load on your face.
I can't wait to try this. The milkshake.
Okay?
The milkshake.
Oh, the shake. Oh, man. Oh, damn. Fuck. Well. Never mind. The hottest... that's not the trend I was talking about anyway. Finish your ring ding. Finish that. Swiss roll. The hottest new trend is claiming... and Melissa, you're going to love this. Would you like some water? The hottest new trend is claiming that you were supposed to be on the Titan sub for clout. Yo.
You're supposed to be on
That's
what for clout?
Hold on. Influencer.
What are we doing for clout?
The hottest new trend is claiming that you were on, or you were supposed to be on, the Titan sub. That's the new thing. Like, people being like, yo, I was supposed to be there. Why are they doing that? That's mean.
Supposed to be there?
That's mean.
What the fuck?
Like, people was like, yeah, man, I was supposed to go on that. You know when people do that? Like, yo, did you hear about the Sepsiss tour? Yeah, I was supposed to go on that.
People are literally doing anything for clout.
No. I'll read a little bit of this.
Yes, please.
A cousin or boyfriend of a sister of a friend who claims that a friend has been there almost to Twin Towers, having narrowly escaped the jaws of death through a twist of providence, has saved them from certain doom. That's a lot. On Sunday, a few days after the news broke that the missing Titan submersible, having captivated the world, had imploded and claimed 5 lives, YouTube giant Mr. Beast became the latest person to claim proximity to the disaster by posting that he too had almost been on the vessel for its finest trips. So apparently there's like all these celebrities and people that have bread that were like, holy shit, dude, I was bored enough myself in my own life where I was going to seal my fate inside of a steel capsule and die in front of the world on social media. Sorry, everybody. But you know what I'm saying? How the fuck can you be that bored? This is not for me. I went to state prison. I never got that bored. I'm going to keep it 100. I never got bored. And I made a piece of pizza out of cardboard, relish packets, and fucking toothpaste. And I ate it, too. Everybody that's been to prison knows they've done it, too. Stop. I'm serious. Whoever's jacking and getting all that clout, pretending that you wanted to be in the submarine, you're a liar. You didn't want to go down there, especially when you saw what the fuck happened. Hold on, I gotta close this door.
What?
Yeah, 250,000 per person. Yep.
Oh my.
And that, and that brings up a whole nother. So yeah, that's all I had to share with you, Lexi. Go.
Okay.
Well, that drummer's fired.
What was that?
So you gotta. That's the band we hired. All right, fellas, can you play it again?
No, I guess not. I must
Guess
have pressed
not.
like.
That's all they
3.
had.
Was that 3 at a time?
What is going on? Somebody help out studio.
I'm sorry, video. I'm sorry.
Video, what is going on with this lady tonight?
Video, we need help.
We have never done this correctly once.
It's okay. We're here.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have Miss Courtney LaPlante on how non-lucrative being in a band is.
Spirit Box.
Yeah, Spirit Box. For those of you that don't know, Courtney LaPlante is the lead singer of Spirit Box.
Can I say something that a lot of people are gonna like?
No,
Yeah.
not my buttons.
I don't like Sleep Token. And I don't like Spirit Box.
The emojis, though. Oh, man.
Ready?
Go ahead.
Whether folks like it or not, it can be very financially difficult to be in a band. Unless there's someone like Metallica or Slipknot, there are always going to be intense financial roadblocks that bands have to navigate.
You realize what they just said? They said if you're not Metallica or Slipknot, there's going to be financial challenges ahead.
That's what they
Now,
That's why I read the first part.
Dude, people have ripped me apart on this podcast many times. Like,
For saying
Will,
something-
stop saying that! I'm a rock star! And I'm like, dude, like, you only have 5,000 followers. Like, listen to Uncle Will. We ain't shit, bro. Let's just play the show. And I've said, unless you're Metallica or fucking, seriously.
You've said those exact words before.
Okay, I just want
Multiple
that.
times.
Okay.
That's why I chose to read that part
Whew,
first.
that makes me feel so much better. Where's Endine?
Your face.
During a recent interview, Miss Courtney LaPlante talked about how some fans don't fully comprehend that being in a band is not super lucrative.
The fans don't fully comprehend. Oh, I love that.
She talks about how she's been gambling her whole life trying to make a music career work.
Didn't I just say it? Casino? Gambling? Didn't I?
You just
Would
said
you-
it.
Could it? Have it? Should it?
Has.
Would it?
It did.
Did it?
Yes.
Now it's.
She said it.
It was.
It's right here.
Woo!
For those of you that also don't know, she was previously, Courtney LaPlante was previously a front woman for I Wrestled a Bear
Yeah,
Once.
previously.
Then she goes on to say, I've been 33. I'm 33.
I've been 33 for 33 fucking years, alright?
That's not what she said.
Alright?
That's not what she said.
Like, listen, I've been 33 forever. She looks good for 33, I'll give it that, though.
Sorry for reading so fast.
Put a 1 in the chat if you would make out with Courtney LaPlante at 33.
She says, I've been gambling my whole life in hopes that this pays off.
Put a 2 in the chat if you would gamble to make out with Courtney LaPlante.
But I know the reality. If people know how non-lucrative this world is...
It's so non-lucrative, you get tired, you're going to have to... It'd be like...
Hans put mad ones.
I bet she did. Hold on, Hans. I'm going to put... You know what Hans need? He need to take a seat. He's going to be in that band, I Wrestled a Chair Once.
Video said she was supposed to be on the Titan sub. Oh man.
That was better than I Wrestled a Chair Once. That's... Video. You're done. Video put a 2 and a 3 and a 4.
This band is. And how little money most bands make. They'd probably be more likely to buy an extra shirt. One time I saw...
Did you get it?
Yes. One time I saw a Reddit thread saying, oh my god, these people have jobs and they have 70,000 monthly listeners. And I was like, that's not paying anyone's bills.
No, somebody said that today in the comments to go, what do you guys do? What do we fucking do? We work our asses. What do you mean, what do we do? Yeah, I know. I wonder what she does.
Well, she's determined to not let her dream stop, so she's figuring something out to have it keep going the way it is.
So you're saying Courtney the plant is planted. Good for her. I honestly, I wouldn't. If I was her, I wouldn't budge. I wouldn't budge. She's been doing. Damn, man, Melissa. She's been doing it as long as I met you at Warped Tour. Because I think she was there at that Warped Tour.
I was just about to ask if she was there.
I think so. That's the first time I think I seen him was at that Warped Tour. That's what I was trying to remember. But they weren't. I Wrestled a Chair Once. Yes, they were. No, I mean
They were.
Yeah, they were. I fucking hated that band. It was so disgusting and ugly. Have you ever listened to it?
I actually have.
Do you like it?
I like her screams.
Man, fuck that. I
Her
hate
screams
that
are
music.
really cool. I like her screams.
I know we're all taught in rock and roll to love everything. People don't all love Sepsiss. And guess what I don't like? That I Wrestled a Chair Once. I would have back then when I smoked cigarettes, I would have wrestled a chair outside and smoked a cigarette. I waited for that set to be over. I'll put it this way. I will jam to Spirit Box before I listen to I Wrestled a Bear Once. I'll dance in the rain. I'll dance. I'll roller skate. I'll go to a roller skating ring and listen to Spirit Box all night long before I ever play one song of I Wrestled a Bear Once. Yeah, it's just a matter of taste.
At least you're being
I know we're all taught to be so fucking nice all the time.
Yes, I know. It's okay.
What else do we got?
We have Shadows talking about how it's okay to not like their new album.
Of course it is.
It's okay not to like it.
Well, you know what I think is great about them is that it is okay not to like their album, like people didn't like the Black Album. When Metallica, the Black Album came out, everybody was like, I don't like what happened to Metallica. And even then, as a young man, I knew that they were going through, it's like your taste buds change in life, I don't know if it's true for you guys, but I have had a different favorite color like 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on my second favorite colors.
That's what I'm saying. Like stuff that I used to like to eat, as a teenager in my 20s and shit like that is completely different now.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say completely, but there are things that I would never eat again.
Changed within the past few years.
Has my favorite color changed within the past few years?
Like recently?
Yeah, I'd say that it has.
What is it right now?
Why do you want to know that?
Because it changes.
Oh, really? So right now it's like yellow, but it was orange, and then before that, I was like in a maroon I had a maroon phase for a while.
Cool.
Yellow's really nice when you pair it with certain things.
I was gonna say, nah, I don't mean, psychiatric, psychotic yellow. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's really, really bright, Will.
It was like neon.
Yep.
Right.
Hi, Heath Pizza.
So,
How's it going? Do you have disco fever?
We can make it happen.
Yeah.
Let's talk about deep fake porn.
oh, okay.
Sharing deep
Okay.
fake porn is now criminalized in England and Wales.
Cool.
What do you guys? There's nothing funny about that. I don't think there's anything funny about that. I think this is something that needs to happen. You guys don't hear about revenge porn a lot of times? Like, think about the different stuff. Like, they have this AI now where all you need is, like, somebody's head and it just strips you ass naked. Anybody send me your picture and I'll send it back to you ass naked. You'll be shocked as shit.
Heath said, what the hell is that?
What? Deep fake porn? All I need to do is take Heath's head, right? I need a picture of one of y'all heads, right? It's AI. Anybody can do it. You take the
Video
head.
says no AI.
You take the head, right? And you put it in this fucking machine. And then the machine calculates your body weight and it gives an AI accurate guess of what you look like naked.
What?
Let's do it after this.
Wow.
It'll be fun.
Wow.
So,
Fake porn, yeah.
yeah, so these guys are pissed. So these guys are pissed in England because they're like, what the fuck? We want real parts. They don't want fake parts in England, apparently.
Well,
They're like, if you're gonna, right, we don't want you making money with fake parts. They say if you're gonna,
well,
it's all, well, I gotta stop there. But you know where I'm going with this.
right.
He already done flipped the table. Good job.
I just don't know how we're gonna do taxes. No diggity, no doubt.
It better be 4K, just saying.
Oh
Wow,
my god!
man.
Just
Why
wow.
4K when it could have been HD?
In more news, Melissa, you'll love this one. This if things couldn't get any better. This is why I tell you guys. I'm not gonna say that live.
Right.
U.S. approves chicken made from cultivated cells. It's the nation's first lab-grown meat. You guys excited? That's where we're going.
I mean, we already have
Lab-grown.
lab
Yes,
grown
think about it.
vegetables and
yes,
fruit.
that way when you're in your fucking Tesla.
I need the mad button.
When,
Where's
no,
my mad
hold
button?
on. When you're in your Tesla and
This is
you've
the closest
shoved a
I
hand.
got. That's it.
There you will be next year in your Tesla, okay,
No.
with your Grimace shake,
No.
and you'll stick a handful of earbuds up your ass.
No.
You'll be driving hands-free.
My dad
I'm
said,
okay
"Don't
with the
eat it.
hands free.
Don't eat it.
There you'll be with your Starlink phone with
Love
a
it.
handful of earbuds crammed up your ass.
I don't like that part.
Ba 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 ba. Cultivated animal chicken cells.
Woo! I mean, we already have.
Cultivated
Fake.
animal chicken water part cells.
We
Yeah.
already have
Auto-tune that.
like the fake food, the fake vegetables.
We've got fake singing, fake food, fake sex. Look, we've got deep fake porn, fake chicken, fake music,
On your way to the Titan.
fake Drake.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you ain't heard of fake Drake? He's
What's
fucking,
next?
dude.
Is our planet gonna be fake?
Hold on. Fake, dude, have you heard the fake Drake yet?
With your,
People are bumping more
with
fake
your
Drake now than they
fake
were.
porn.
I am
Yes.
not cool.
With your fake
No, people listen to fake Drake while watching fake porn.
I'm not cool with the fake shit. I'm not cool with it.
What is going on?
I want the real stuff.
You want real fake Drake?
No, I want, if I'm gonna listen to Drake,
Drake?
Drake for real.
Drake?
Not Drake for fake. Fuck that.
But hold on, Drake
for
but
real.
Drake uses auto-tune. It's not really him.
Right, I have to be in the studio
So you
to
want
hear his
real
voice.
you want no one has ever heard fucking what Drake actually sounds like.
That's true.
Probably sounds like Mod Simpson.
Probably.
I'm so tired of bologna. I'm gonna eat some macaroni.
It's pretty good.
Probably.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Either way,
No,
I'm
that's
not
Ja
cool with
Rule.
the fake
That
stuff.
was my time. We had Ja
3DO
Rule.
says
Ja Rule's
fake
cool.
Drake is really good.
That's what I'm saying. And most of my friends that listen to fake Drake was like, dude, fake Drake's better. And they sent me fake Drake, and I was like, holy shit, he's like capping on Drake, man. Like fake Drake is like getting ill on he's battling Drake. It's crazy now.
Oh, he monopolized
And
this.
Drake's upset about it. He's like, what the fuck, man? And then have
He's
you heard?
upset about this? I thought he was okay.
What about the other guy? What do you think about this guy? This AI song that just came out, Jacob Shadowy. Don't you know him?
What?
Which one's that? He's from your era. I don't know any of these fucking bozos.
Jacob who?
Jacob Shadowy. Cut my life into pizza. It's the new one.
Oh.
It's the new one. The new one. Last Resort. It kind of sounds like the
Are you
that other song that came out there with Green Day. Boulevard
of That sounds like Boulevard.
Don't listen to it. We'll get
Are you
arrested.
talking
sounds
about
like Boulevard of
Papa
Broken
Roach or the
Dreams.
other guy?
On my own, here we go.
Yeah, you're talking about the.
It's got the same type of riff though.
Yeah,
Cut
that's
my life into pizza,
Yes.
and everybody knows that no original reaches. There's
Boulevard of
nobody
Broken
ready to
Dreams.
go go.
That Green Day song is
And I
Boulevard
go
of
to
Broken
brain and
Dreams.
go.
Yeah.
Cause I'm gooey goo goo
Are
and
you-
a freaking
wait,
good.
wait.
Yeah,
Are you talking about Papa Roach?
that's a motherfucker. That's him.
Or
Papa.
Falling in Reverse's version.
Papa
of that.
Reverse. That's the one I'm talking about.
Papa Reverse.
Papa don't preach, whatever his fucking name is. Anyways, the guy's got buildings collapsing on his head. He's singing in auto-tune. I'm crying. I'm crying. I'm crying. Go ahead, check it out. It's got 50 fucking
I
billion
did.
fucking
I
plays
saw
on.
that,
I don't
yeah.
want to listen to
I
it.
And they
saw
got
that.
AI buildings collapsing on him. It's one guy. He's like got fucking orchestras coming out of his ears.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I did see that.
Okay.
I
just
wasn't
wanted
a
to know.
fan.
A fan that's over there. Turn it on.
No, I wasn't
hot in
a
here.
fan.
Oh, okay.
Me personally.
Tastes like chicken.
I've liked some of his songs before.
Who, Jacob Shadowy?
Is that his name?
No, I'm just making fun of his name.
yeah,
People make fun of my name all the time. They
I
call
don't
us.
know his name.
Do you know they call you Sepsiss?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just didn't.
So
if you're gonna make fun of people's
You
names,
know
you
where
gotta.
their mind's at, that's all.
Oh.
That's all.
Wow, you better lawyer up with that pedophile bullshit. Oh man, I don't know
So
what
that's
it
I
was.
say to those people.
Right? No, I know. Keep calling me your stepsister. Your fucking family might find out.
Right.
No diggity, no doubt. We're gonna bag it up. I did want to say that.
Bag it up.
So, there's an artist out there that created a Louis Vuitton bag the size of a grain of salt.
What?
I don't
Why
know.
are
This is
people
just the
doing-
shit that I come on this podcast to talk
Why
about.
would they bother?
Because that's where we're at now.
What's the point?
You gotta bag
You
it
could just-
up.
You could just blow it away like,
No, you could put
bye
it.
bag. I mean.
Well, think about it.
non-existent
This is what
bag.
I was thinking about. If you bought several,
It can't
Louis Vuitton
hold
bags?
anything.
sure, but if you bought several of them, you could grind them up and then put some on your sub sandwich. And you could be like, oh my god, you're eating Louis Vuitton bags? You're stylish and hip.
Oh my god.
They're saying that they cost they cost as much as a diamond.
Stepsis, I've seen that movie.
Okay, they cost as much as a diamond.
That's fucked up.
The crumb size carry-on is expected to fetch $15,000 to $25,000 for one of these Louis Vuitton bags. It's the size
You're
of a.
kidding.
It's $25,000 for one. You could buy diamonds. You could buy 5 diamonds.
With a bag that size, you will never have a problem with carry-on luggage again. Hey, 3DO, level 2, let's go. Congrats.
They said this is a new way of putting the industry under a microscope. Alright, whatever.
Nor having things in your bag to lose things inside.
You got something, Lex?
Like for an opener?
Yeah, what else you got?
Dream Theater talks about merch cuts.
Oh, love it.
Okay.
Hi, Mike. How's it going?
Merch cuts have been a very hot topic this last year. And Dream Theater's guitarist, Mr. John Petrucci?
Petrucci.
Thank you, and also their keyboardist, Mr. Jordan Rhodes?
His name is Rhodes. He playing.
Rhodes?
He's playing. Can I see how it's spelled?
Yeah.
Okay, because Rhodes is a kind of piano. So I was like, if his name's Joseph Rhodes, he playing around too much.
Did you all hear about what
That's cool.
happened at a Pink concert? Someone handed her ashes from a family member on stage. What?
I hate that.
Well, that's interesting.
What do you think about
What is
that?
going on with these comments?
Who said that?
That one was Hans.
Oh God.
Great.
I think we're all from the earth, so like we're all walking kind of on dead bugs and animals and people. So it's
All the
like
time.
all the time. So I don't really think it's really that strange that we're all rolling around in dead shit. Like you guys might think it's strange, but people look out into space all the time like, wow, it's so vast. And it is. But that means if you're going to think that space is vast, so is your armpit. Like one...
What up, what up?
Like one drop of human sweat. I hate to do this to y'all. I'm going to do it to y'all. I'm going to do it. How many living creatures are in a drop of human sweat? I don't know, Will. You're psychotic. Hold on. Oh, check this out.
Yeah, we're all drinking water that dinosaurs peed in. That's fucked up.
10,000 species, and most of them are friendly. According to...
I think Lexi Thatcher. Oh my God.
And most of the microbes that are on your body, they didn't say 10,000 individual. They said 10,000 species. I just want you to try to wrap that around your head. Like, when you think about planets and star systems, they said that there's 10,000 species of animals on your body. Bro. That's fucking nuts. Anyhow, go ahead. But I just want to give you that small bit of information of how many different varieties of creatures existed on your body at all times. So, like, somebody blows a little dead people dust in Pink's face. What do you do?
I'm sure there's worse things that have
That's what I'm
happened.
saying. We were talking about that lady a couple weeks ago that pissed all over the floor.
So during an interview,
Petrucci?
thank you, Petrucci. Suggests bands be on top of their shit and your business with proper representation.
Mm-hmm.
That's his opinion
Mm-hmm.
on the merch cuts in this interview.
I agree with him.
Rhodes he says he simply feels for the younger bands that are out there trying to make a living.
Because they don't know no better.
That's the typical things that venues will do these days.
Take advantage of kids that don't know no better.
I think that if you're in the position, you should try to negotiate that as much as you can.
And you hear what he said? If you're in the position. What the fuck does that mean?
He
No,
goes-
but he's talking about a position, though. And
He
that
is.
position is the one that I talk about us putting ourselves in.
Yes. He goes, I mean, 30%, that's way too high. I think it's more typical for it to be in the 50 to 20 range. I think it also might be different for soft goods and physical things, like records and stuff like that. So there might be a difference there as well. But it's all reasons to be on top of your shit and on top of your business and have people representing you that know what they're doing. Because a young band may not know that they can negotiate that. They just kind of go, oh, I guess it is what it is. And I guess it comes in some circumstances. If you have no leverage, then it is what it is. But you can look at that and be conscious of that because it sucks. Because when you're in that position, well, what are you going to do? Are you going to jack up the price of your t-shirt? Then someone's paying $50, $60 for a t-shirt. That's ridiculous. And if you feel like you're gouging your fans, and that's not cool. So if you're in a so basically his opinion is if you're in a position and you know, hey, you're at the level like, hey, maybe I can negotiate this, maybe. Try doing that. Instead of just taking it and then complaining about it.
And a lot of times, bands are so happy just to play, they'll wind up taking a deal that they're unhappy with, and then they'll travel, 500 miles. They'll play the gig, not getting any money for it, play at snack time, and they'll go, "This is bullshit," and pay to play is bullshit, and jumping through these hoops is all bullshit. But the next celebrity or the next person that promises opportunity or exposure, collectively, it's the responsibility of all of us bands to just stop fucking doing that.
Right.
And stand up for ourselves. I know there's some people that'll hear that and go, "Oh, well, that's in a perfect world." I don't want a perfect world, man. As long as that there's 1 or 5 of us saying something about it, I know that the conversation's still going on. And we started this rock metal reset shit. We started it as a movement, as an ideology, as a thought, for fun, and for motivation and ambition. We started it like a year and a half ago, and it doesn't have anything to do with the rest of the music industry. But wow, what a coincidence that we get contacted routinely from much larger bands, much larger entities, and they say to me all the time, "Will, Melissa, you guys are speaking the truth. You guys," they say it to us all the time, and they say, "Wow, man, thank you for doing what you're doing," and they say, "Continue to do it," and they reassure me all the time that it's happening to bands much bigger than us. Do you realize that I don't want that to happen to them? This is gonna sound fucked up. I do not want that to happen to bands that are much larger than us. But please forgive me for saying that it makes me feel a little bit better. Is that wrong?
No.
I don't feel good that they're getting screwed over. Don't get me wrong. That's not what I mean.
No.
This is hard to explain, but what I mean is, if they're fucking smoking large bands like that, you know what I mean? Then just imagine, you know what I'm saying? Then like...
Video said, "Look, with every performance, there is a chance of making it big. That's a fact. But when the industry promises a bigger chance if you pay your dues, flip them off in the key of G."
I love that. I love that. Real talk. No, because I'll say, in our experience, not for everybody, but in our experience, Gio's right on the money. Because it's just like the casino. The casino doesn't need, like the bands that do the band battles and the Louder Than Lifes and the DWs and all that. They don't need 1,000 bands to do that. They just need the gamblers and the people that are hooked on the casino. The casino doesn't need all the people that go on vacation and all the people that visit the casino once a lifetime. Mm-hmm. The casino's they don't care about them. The casino, the liquor store is not concerned with the casual drinker. The industry, you know, these band battles and Twitch band battles and these casino style festival submissions and all of this stuff is like a casino or an alcohol vendor, in the sense that liquor stores and casinos, they don't need casual gamblers and casual drinkers. They need people who are fucking crazy about it.
Much love, Mark. Thank you.
They need people who will stop at nothing. They need the type of bands that you ask bands to battle each other in their hometown, they tell you it's a crazy idea.
Hi, Kevin.
But if you ask bands, let's have a band battle on Twitch to play for celebrities, all of a sudden they'll fucking stampede over each other. You ask any band together in the same room, you guys want to battle each other in your home, in your backyard? No. Do you guys want to battle each other and go to war and battle? No. Or would you rather just play together and have a great show? Most people say, we'd rather just play a great show, you know, without all the battling. Because what are band battles? Popularity contests. You know bands don't win battles playing guitar. Bands win band battles based on popularity and votes and money and submissions and stuff like that. So if you ask most sensible bands, do you want to have a band battle online? Do you want to have battle of the bands in person? Do you want to have a battle of the bands somewhere? They say, no, that's probably not a good idea. Why? Because what are we battling? Are we battling our knowledge of music theory? Are we battling stage presence? Are we battling
Yeah, what's the criteria?
Right,
of this
no, hold
battle?
on. Are we battling with note values and pitches and volumes? Are we battling with our gear is good and our sneakers are tied? Are we battling with, volumes and true tones? Are we battling with, do you lose points for backtracks? What are we battling? Are we battling with human talent? Are we battling to 5 pieces versus 6-piece bands? What are we battling? We're battling for popularity. We're battling for votes. We're battling for submissions. So when you ask bands on the surface, do you think it's a good idea to battle your neighbors and battle each other? Do you think it's good to battle people with equal talent and equal fairness? No, of course battling is a bad idea. Bands only battle each other when there's a celebrity around. Bands only battle each other when there's a chance to roll over each other and stampede each other for a chance at riches and fandom and exposure and being a part of this viral club. Take them away from the viral, take them away from the idea of riches, take them away from the idea of hanging out with celebrities, and they don't want to battle anymore. They just want to be themselves. People don't want to battle, they want to be themselves. People didn't learn guitar their whole lives to battle. Battling only is cool when you don't got to go to the same venue with the same people every weekend. And that's how the online battles work. Because you don't got to go and do business with them people every week. Of course you don't mind battling a complete stranger you never have to see again. You can't prove a real popularity contest in your own town. Shit get ugly. Because you know how it is in New England. All the fans of New England bands like all the bands.
All of them.
And large companies prey on the desire for bands' secret motivation to be better than each other. But what if you're a band that doesn't want to be better than each other? What if you're a band that just wants to play music? Then these festivals don't even concern you.
Yeah. That's the moral of the story.
That's the moral of the story. Is investment, resources, the time that it takes to put together a production, right? And the quality of it. And you can't have all three. So in a perfect band world, we all want it all. You know what I mean?
But
you
can't have it all.
Right, to be on the top. Think about all the bands that we were looking at in the press just 2 or 3 years ago. Let's think of some bands. Think of some bands that just were just ripping, dude. You don't even hear of them anymore.
No, because because they don't have that.
Right. They went They had a viral climb, but once that viral stink wore off, there's nothing else. It was, you know what I'm saying? So, nah, man, I hear Courtney and I hear this other one too. I mean, if I was a brand new band, and sometimes I do feel that way because it's, you know, the music world's evolving. I think that recipe of leverage and building relationships where you can kind of leverage your negotiations before you book the show. Bands, before you book your shows, look into this stuff, man.
Do the research. Take the time.
Yeah,
it really doesn't hurt.
It really doesn't hurt taking the time to do a little bit more research about, you know, where you want to play.
Yeah.
So, but if you are a band and you don't mind getting paid in exposure, fuck merch cuts.
Yeah. Go get your exposure. Go get what you want.
Right, fuck a merch cut. But if you're trying to make, you know what I'm saying, if you're trying to break even, that's something you definitely also, like how we said, have representation. I can't tell you how hard it is sometimes not having a manager, because when you're in the band, of course you want everybody to wear your t-shirt. So when you get somebody that doesn't have quite enough money, it's hard to say no, right? Mm-hmm. You got a t-shirt that's $8. You know, fuck, when do we ever see an $8 t-shirt anymore? But like, let's say you have a t-shirt that's $20, right? You know, and somebody comes along and they have $15, sure, that might be okay once or twice, right? But if your whole tour plans on selling $20 t-shirts and you're the artist, you're caught in between wanting everybody to wear your t-shirt or blowing your whole tour and having your band fucking kill you.
You just gotta choose your battles.
You gotta pick and choose. Hey, we're out of time though. I didn't even realize it really.
That was the quickest.
Wow.
That felt like an hour. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, I mean, it technically we got a little bit of a late start, but we pushed it.
But we still put in the 2.
Oh, we did.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh my
like
God.
It felt like an hour, but it was
And
really.
I feel, you know what
2.
I feel really bad about? I have so many good things here.
We have so many more episodes to do.
We do.
So
Look,
we
it even
could
says
save
here.
'em.
It says Geo, more AI. This one's good though. It's not bad.
We can start it off with next week.
No, this is one he's gonna like.
Unless you
Okay.
want, up to you. This is your thing.
This is our thing.
Yeah.
You know, speaking of our thing, I already miss Zach.
Zach,
He's a
Right?
good
He was
addition. He's a good addition.
come back.
He wasn't here this week.
I wanted
so
to
I'm the
talk
fill-in.
about this tour thing with him on here. It's good stuff. We'll have to see because Zach's on tour right now.
Yeah.
So we'll have to, when he comes back, we will have to ask him if there were merch cuts.
Ooh, we have to get the scoop.
We're gonna scoop it up.
Scoop it up with Zachy B.
We're gonna scoop it. Till then, we'll be here every hump day,
Wednesday, let me.
7 p.m. at the Honeycomb Hideout.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Hold on, I gotta click the button.
Click the button.
Click the button.
We're gonna get wet.